Guys, this is Darryl Addison at torpedopot.com. Darryl Addison at torpedopot.com. I need to make me a meal. Let me tell you why. 2 days ago, I got the coronavirus shot. And I went out with my wife. We got the shot early in the morning. We came back, and immediately I had some really bad symptoms. Okay, what I did was, I came home, I was shivering so hard. I felt like my pneumonia was kicking in. It was really, really bad. At that point, I said, you know what? I better admit myself to a hospital. But you have to let these things work themselves through your system. With that being said, I came home, and you know what I did? I jumped in a hot bath to calm me down, sat in my car for a little while, heated it up very well, got out, took me a nice little bath. But I realized I lost weight, I lost my weight, I lost a lot of different things in just really 2 days. And you know what I did? I came out to get me some vitamins. So I'm about to come out here and pick me some vitamin B. So many different vitamins that I'm going to choose from, and I'm going to eat with me and my wife. We're going to sit down together. So the first thing I want you to take a look at is this Swiss chard. Isn't she gorgeous? Come a little bit closer. Look at all of the roughage that's taking place. It is absolutely beautiful. Now that's something I want to eat. I'm going to take 2 leaves off this plant right here, just Swiss chard alone. And these are the older Swiss chard. They've been growing for 2 years. And I think this one is a 2-year plant also. And I'm going to take some of that also. There you go. And I love the colors. So I'm getting a little... Now, I'm not going to raid this Swiss chard because I got so much to choose from. This is the flat parsley. And you know, I always tell you, don't go for the smaller leaves, go for the big leaves for the flat parsley. So I'm going to go for the biggest, the boldest, and the baddest things I see. And I haven't even put a dent in a pot yet. So I'm going to take this, let's move further down. I have some oregano. So my wife likes oregano. Put a little oregano in here. And she likes dill. Our dill last year grew about 6 feet tall. I'm going to just take a little stalk right here, stick it on in there. All right, Kalerabi. Now, guys, this is really thick, okay? Really, really thick. So the younger leaves are coming up, and the older ones are about to change color. So it's important you just go in and cut your leaves off as you need them. The only side I want you to look for is the bigger leaves. The bigger the leaf, the better the plant. And feel free to do whatever you want to do. I tell you, this morning when I woke up, after I took that shot, the first thing I did was to cook me a nice bowl of soup. My wife brought me home some soup too. But I cooked it with my vegetables and my plants. And let me tell you something, it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. There you go, me dropping and talking. Sorry. So this is shaving down just one of the planters. This is probably the first major shaving it's received in a while, okay? And I want it to grow back. I don't have a problem with that. But as you can see, this starts to build up very fast. Now I'm going to try me some red cabbage. I have some collards. And I don't know what makes collards. I do love red cabbage though. Red cabbage is such a delicious plant. Yeah. And you only eat what you need. You're not going around trying to create fleecing off your plants and just creating them no space to grow and to develop. No, get the bigger leaves, cause your plant to continue to grow and to develop, to create that beautiful environment it did when it was young, and to do what it needs to do. Okay, red cabbage. Wow. Now, considering we're not just eating this, we probably have some starches with it and other things that go along with our meal, quinoa, or some of you might try rice to go along with your meal. So we're not trying to break the bank, but I tell you, when these things start growing, you might as well count it. What I do is I normally come out, and there's so much to choose from that I fleece it because I don't know if I'll be able to come back. For those who are saving food and collecting leaves and storing in a freezer, that's a great idea. But don't try to harvest too early because it costs you more energy to store the plants than anything else. So try to use your outside storage as much as possible. Just going to cut that one back. Okay. And we have some more red cabbage. I also have some celery. I'm going to try a little bit of celery. Yeah, I like celery. And we only tried one of the parsley. Celery is delicious. I love the celery. It's either I have mint or celery as far as my meal is concerned, because they both are so robust. And I get to get it fresh every day. Dude, when I eat my food, it's so fresh that I can just take off a whole wad of celery, just drop it in there. All right, let's continue on. We have mint. So, I love my tea. You can see the mint starting to come up now. We put the kohlrabi in there, so hopefully we can capitalize on the dual environment with the mint growing out and the kohlrabi in the center. But the problem is that the mint is such an aggressive plant. It takes over the whole environment, sucks up all the water. Its root system is so aggressive, it even chokes the weeds out. People will consider it a weed, but it's just a delicious edible weed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these down. I've made multiple cuttings so far, and my wife made some yesterday night. So this mint, amazingly, if I told you, you would never have to buy mint again. This mint comes back every year, and it gets bigger and bigger, really bigger and bigger. And let me tell you something, I love it. I love my mint, especially my tea. When I put in my tea, I don't just have the mint. What I do is that I eat the leaves. They're so good for you. They're healthy. Just imagine, this mint, this flavoring, this menthol, this chemical is used in toothpaste, mouthwash, used in foods, used in clothing. It's used in so many different places. It's so therapeutic. It's used in drugs. Hey, don't underestimate the life that's in front of you. Your food is your health. Let's go on a little bit further. Now, we have some plants in here. What I want to focus on is these right over here. These are our peas. And I'm waiting for them to get a little bit more bigger. But I want to chop some of these off, so I think I'm going to try to chop them off as much as possible. I'm not going to touch these, I'll let them go to seed. Listen, I just wanted to give you guys a good idea of what your meals could look like. There's so many plants that I could choose from here based upon my palate. And that's the way I want you to live. Choose your plant based upon what you want to eat, how you want to eat, the healthy diet that you want to have. Darrell Addison, torpedoplant.com. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.